Today, I've been given the privilege to interview Jessica Watson, the youngest person to sail solo around the world.
Jessica Watson will set foot on a firm ground, although I have to say the pontoon on the Man of War steps can be a little bumpy at times, so she'll be at home at first. Here we go.
She is. She's walking slowly and tentatively to a very, very warm welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome Jessica Watson home.
But in the eyes of all Australians, you now stand tall as our newest Australian hero.
I'm actually going to disagree with what our Prime Minister has just said. I don't consider myself a hero. I'm an ordinary girl who believed in her dream.
You are such an inspiration and an incredible role model for the youth of Australia. What inspired you to sail solo around the world?
Sailing around the world solo was something I dreamed of for years. It was something I thought of as a little kid, and it kind of just built from there. And first I wanted to challenge myself, and then I went along and I realised that sometimes people have this perception of young girls and what we can achieve. It's not necessarily true, and I kind of wanted to prove them wrong and show the world what young girls and young people can really do when we set our mind to it. So certainly challenging myself. I love sailing and proving to the world what a big girl power can do. It's a bit of it too.
You were 16 when you sailed. I'm now 15. How did you convince your parents to allow you to do this?
Convincing mum and dad to let me go was obviously a huge challenge. And the interesting thing about it was you break it apart and you have to treat it like any other project and something that needs a lot of preparation. I had to prove to them over lots and lots of other sailing adventures that I was going to be able to handle this. So I had to do all these other trips, I had to learn all these skills, I had to convince other people to give mum and dad good references, and it was a very slow process, and eventually they sort of had faith in me. So it wasn't just a matter of saying, hey mum and dad, can I do this on a whim?
Yeah.
It was a really kind of methodical process.
Was there any time before you embarked on your journey that you began to doubt yourself?
There's definitely times when I would think to myself, why am I doing this? You must be crazy, so much hard work.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say that I think once I set my mind to it, once I talked to people about it, I realised I could do it. It was kind of like, I know I can do this, I've just got to do the work, I have to now.
During your journey, was there any time where you just wanted to call it quits and say, right, that's it, I've had enough, I'm going home?
The interesting thing about sailing all around the world is you pretty much can't call it quits at any point because you're out there in the middle of the ocean completely by yourself, days away from other people. So you can't just put up your hands and say, I've had enough. The fastest way for me to get home was pretty much to keep sailing. So it's kind of nice not having that option to give up. But the other thing was just staying positive, keep encouraging myself, reminding myself why I was doing it, reminding myself about the good days, and that got me through the bad days.
When you returned home after so long at sea, was it difficult for you to settle back into your everyday life and routine?
Coming home was really strange. There were so many people there to meet me. It was this amazing experience, but I sort of felt like what was normal anyway. I'd just been doing these crazy things for so long that I got home and I didn't expect life to go back to normal anyway because life hadn't been normal.
Yeah.
Some things are really strange, like I couldn't walk straight for a week because my sea legs.
Yeah, that was filmed, I saw that.
Things like that were really interesting to adjust to.
Yeah.
But I think it was such a positive experience that I did adjust to it quite good.
You recently celebrated your birthday. Happy birthday for them. Have you made any plans for the future? Do they include sailing or travelling?
It's interesting what you do after sailing around the world, and I think part of that is for me, it's normal things like studying. I wanted to get home and get things like my driver's license, finish school. They don't seem like as exciting as sailing around the world, but to me, I was just as proud of them. So those sorts of things I'm looking forward to now, but I'm also looking forward to continuing to sail, and who knows, there might be another big adventure soon.
Well, we sure hope so.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica. You are so amazing and you truly are an Australian icon.
Thank you very much.